Whatever did I smell? I think I just gained 5 pounds.
Well, it's flapjacks, homemade sausage, and corn muffins with apple butter.
Make that 6 pounds. Where's Uncle Joe?
Don't worry. He'll be here.
My nose is right, them flapjacks and homemade sausage. I'll take double helping.
It is, and you will not, you Weight Watchers dropout.
I don't have to watch what I eat anymore. Pedaling around the countryside on that old bike burns off food faster than I can stack it in with a shovel.
I thought your whole reason for buying the boat was so you could take the outboard motor and put it on the bike.
It is, so what?
Uncle Joe, if you motorize the bike, it will do the work. You won't burn up any calories.
Whole trouble started when they gave women the vote.
Morning, Bobby Joe.
How many flapjacks do you want? Uncle Joe.
Well, I know Bobby Joe's um's better than you. She said 1, not 3. What's the point in wasting them?
What are you reading?
The most incredible new book. Do you know what's happening to most of the women in this country?
Yeah, they're getting too smart for their own good.
They're spending their lives just being women. It's all here and it's fantastic.
Written by a man, no doubt, right?
Wrong. The Feminine Mistake was written by a brilliant, enlightened female human being.
Enlightened. I'll bet she flunked pot roast. Don't you want this?
Your prejudice, Uncle Joe, is what this book is all about. You are denying me my humanity.
Not to mention your flapjack.
I've decided not to join that pathetic female brigade who waste all their time on old, worn-out excuses like husbands, babies, and homemaking just to get out as becoming a real person.
Well, excuse me. I have to go look in on Mrs. Huxley. Poor Mrs. Huxley. A wonderful husband. 4 fat, healthy, beautiful babies in 7 years. If she only knew how she was wasting her time.
Listen, do you think it would strain your humanity too much to clear off the table for me? I've got to start packing for my tour.
You're lucky, Billy. You know who you are.
Oh, I sure do. A struggling singer who's rapidly becoming an old maid. Here.
I admire Billy. She didn't fall into this drip-dry trap of artificial domesticity.
That sounds pretty fancy. If you're not keeping house, just what are you supposed to be doing?
Working, building a career, actualizing my full potential.
Suppose your full potential is just keeping house.
That would be too pathetic for even words.
It all sounds pathetic.
A woman is not a reed who will sway to the will of a masculine wind. She must be a strong tree with her own roots.
Hand me that pen, please, Bobby Joe. There, Sugar Mama's here.
That's what the book says. You probably hear too much. Do you have any idea the statistics on children who are messed up because their mothers never became people?
Nope.
Over 47%.
Good.
Good. She got up the bubble. That's why she was fussing. Maybe, or maybe not. I think it's here in chapter 4. Oh, here it is. Maybe she senses your resentment. Resentment? No, it's not sterile. Oh, there's another one on the counter. Would you get it for me, please? We're way behind schedule. What you need is emancipation. Or another pair of hands. Oh, yikes! I'm already 20 minutes late with your bath, and I haven't even folded your diapers yet. Is it warm enough? Oh, I don't know. Well, try it, will you? How? Oh, shake a little on your come in. Nothing's coming out. Well, do it harder. Oh, nothing's happening. Oh, look on the top. Joe, well, you said to. Oh, do me a favor. Go get emancipated.
Bye-bye. Third new patient this week. You know, if Dr. Stewart stays on that fishing trip for a few more days, I may just have a practice.
That would be wonderful for you. Tell me, Dr. Craig, how did you do it?
Just kept smiling, I guess.
No, I mean being a woman and pretty and all. How did you manage to become a doctor?
Well, I'll tell you. It's my observation that those who want to and can do. And those who want to and can't talk.
Wow! See ya!
Where are you going?
To stop talking and start doing.
I don't understand. There's only one other beauty salon in Pixley. If you didn't work there, where did you get your experience?
I worked out of my own place. A very exclusive clientele.
Oh.
You know Billy Joe Bradley, the famous entertainer? I do her hair all the time. And Mrs. Elliott, Mrs. Stephen Elliott, prominent young matron. Steady customer.
Hey, that sounds good. I was going to train somebody, but with your experience, I guess I won't need to. There's a uniform in the back room. I'll get your first lady ready for you. There you are, dear. Now I'm just going to turn you over to a wonderful new operator we just hired. It's a haircut. Just trim it and layer it on the top.
Gotcha.
See you later, Mrs. Plow. Okay.
Selma Plow. This is very good for the tired old roots.
I beg your pardon. Now, I want to tell you about my hair. You have to be awfully careful of this side because it's my flat side. This side's not so flat. And be careful of the cowlick in the back. Oh, that cowlick, I want you to know. Oh, I have no trouble with that. It sticks up, you know.
Voila! We begin.
Why on earth did you cover the mirror?
I love to see the look of joy and surprise on the customer's face when they see what I have done in the end.
Oh, my goodness. How very chic.
Close the eyes and relax. When I am finished, you will not know yourself.
All right.
Dramatic flair to demonstrate surefire products. Pixley Department Store. Believe it or not, ladies, these small objects may be used to perform 27 different functions. It cuts. This one peels. It crushes and squeezes. They do everything but walk your dog. This one cuts. This one crushes and squeezes. There's nothing wrong with this orange. Oh. Hi there, Mrs. Klaus.
Good morning, Uncle Joe. Morning, Bobby Joe.
Good morning.
How's the identity crisis coming?
Getting worse.
Well, what happened?
Well, if who I am as a human being depends on what I do for a living, and it turns out that there's nothing I can do for a living, then that must mean I'm not anybody.
Did you get any of that?
As a doctor who used to be a girl, I certainly did. Bobby Joe, didn't you say something once about writing?
Not any good at that either.
I'll bet you could write a better coverage than Sam Drucker. It's plain, sloppy journalism, that's all it is.
Well, what did he say?
It's what he didn't say. In reporting our lodge meeting the other night, the International Order of Camels, he didn't even mention the highlight of the evening.
What was that?
The fact that I had scaled the third pyramid and had been promoted from 1.5 hump camel to a full-fledged 2 hump camel.
Uncle Joe, do you think he might...
Jealous of me. He always has been. Might what?
hire me as a reporter?
Hire you? Well, if you'll work for potatoes and apples, day-old bread.
It's not the money that counts. It's proving myself. It's writing that great story.
What great story?
That great story. That's sitting right here in our dining room. The story of Janet Craig, M.D. Just picture the headline, Mr. Drucker. The story of Janet Craig, M.D., a Hooterville World Guardian exclusive, as told to Bobby Joe Bradley. Well, how does it sound?
Like the headline and take up the whole front page.
Do you like the idea?
Well, maybe.
Maybe. Mr. Drucker is sensational. It'll sell 1 million copies.
Well, I wouldn't want that, Bobby Joe.
Why not?
Because I only print 250.
Time to expand. Enlarge your staff. Grow with the valley. Well, what do you say?
$25, not a penny more.
My salary for the story?
Your salary for the month. Take it or leave it.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, a job, a real job. I'm a reporter. Oh, Mr. Drucker, you'll never regret this. And so you decided against the mundane boredom of an ordinary marriage in favor of a stimulating, challenging career.
Well, not exactly. It was a matter of first things first.
Right. Tell me, Dr. Craig, now that you've been in the valley a while, what do you think of it?
I love being here. There aren't many places like it left in the country today.
If I might rephrase that, would you call the valley a sociological rarity?
Well, I guess so.
And its particular value to you?
Well, it's a nice place to live and get to know all kinds of interesting people.
To investigate rural conditions.
Did I just say that?
Well, not exactly. But I want to make this story something special. Something the valley will never forget. You like it, don't you?
Well, it's a little strong. Did Janet or Dr. Craig really say all this?
Well, practically. But you know how doctors are. They don't have much of a way with words. I kind of punched it up a little.
Yeah, you sure did. Maybe if I unpunched it a little.
You're going to change it?
Well, I'm a little worried over the reaction of folks in the valley. You see, this makes it sound like Doc is talking down to them.
Oh, but you're missing the whole point. It's an in-depth interview. The finest one I've ever done.
It's the only one you've ever done.
Well, that's why you can't change it. It undoes everything I've ever tried to accomplish. It destroys my self-confidence. It's like everything else for me. A failure.
Okay, I give in. It'll run just as you wrote it, word for word.
Oh, thank you.
Wonder if Horace Greeley had these problems.
Hi, Mr. Drucker. Any response to my story?
Oh, boy, is there a response.
Well, what is it?
Well, let's put it this way. Remember my saying I run off 250 copies of each issue? Well, next week, I can cut that in half.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Martin. Oh, of course. Would you like to make another appointment? Oh. Very well. Goodbye. Dr. Craig speaking. Oh, hello, Selma. You're canceling, too.
Yes. We've decided that Henrietta's allergy can be treated in Pixley. That is until our own doctor gets back.
Well, that's your privilege, of course, but would you mind telling me why?
Well, first of all, Dr. Craig, around here we think of ourselves as ordinary people, just like anyone else.
Oh, Selma, I didn't say any of those things in Bobby Joe's story.
And I'll tell you something else. As women, we set great store in doing the simple things as our mothers did before us. And if anyone thinks that we're quaintly out of step with the times, then she's out of step and should do her dancing somewhere else. And when you go, take Bobby Joe Bradley with you.
I have to go now, old friend. I don't want to, but there's nothing left for me here. Oh, dog. I didn't mean for that story to come out the way it did. Seems like nothing I do turns out the way I want it to. Maybe in Riverdale. Watch over the place. Okay?
Bobby Joe! Wait a minute. My mind's made up, Dr. Craig. Don't try to stop me.
I'm not. I'm going too.
I didn't think you'd want to talk to me after what I did. I'm very ashamed and very sorry.
Apology accepted. Where are you going?
Riverdale. To start a new life. Where are you going?
To Pixley. Buy a ticket to New York.
New York?
I, too, am going to start a new life.
And then when you said she wasn't here, we went by Doc Stewart's office, but she wasn't there either. I think that story drove her away.
Well, if Dr. Craig really did leave, she's on her way to Pixley right now. We can't get there in time.
Maybe not, but we can sure try.
What in the world is this?
My new invention. Keep your fingers crossed. She'll do 50 if I can get her started.
On land or water?
Here, I've got to jump on her just as she starts. You pull this string. Okay. She worked. Did you see that? She worked. Well, anyway, you did work.
It's that story I wrote that's making you leave, isn't it?
Oh, no, it wasn't only that. I don't belong in Hooterville any more than you do.
What do you mean?
Look, we're big city girls at heart. We're smarter than most women, Bobby Joe, and that makes it tough on us. We're both still trying to find our niche in life, and it certainly isn't in a one-horse town like Hooterville.
I thought you liked it.
Oh, sure, for a visit, but not to spend a lifetime there.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, there aren't enough interesting people to talk to.
There are too. You know where to look.
Well, I found it pretty dull. And for a young girl like you, it must have been deadly.
Deadly? Why, I have dozens of friends and hundreds of places to go.
Really? Well, then I suppose the reason you're leaving is because you don't have any meaningful work to occupy your time.
Are you kidding? Why, I'm the only one left to give that woman's touch to the Shady Rest. Why, they need me.
Then why are you leaving?
I don't know. Why are you leaving?
Because I felt unhappy, dissatisfied, and a little foolish.
Dr. Craig, don't you know that when you're running away, you can leave everything behind you but yourself?
That's a good thought.
What you've got to do is face up to people and show them that you're not really what they think you are.
You really think so?
Oh, I know so. Window! We've changed our minds! Both of us.
Oh, here, just a minute. There's no point in letting them know both of us were so silly.
Hi. We heard the cannonball coming back.
Oh, we're so glad you changed your mind.
Well, you can thank Bobby Joe for that. She's a very persuasive young lady. Bobby, you talked her into coming back?
Well,
She certainly did.
Well, for gosh sakes, why don't we all go up to the hotel and have a homecoming party? Well, honey, take Janet's bag.
Sure, I'll take it.
Thank you.
You, Joe?
Yeah. Well, I was so glad to see the doc back, I guess I forgot myself. Besides, little work never hurt nobody.
Oh, I got to write this down in my diary. Come on, you two.
Uncle Joe, about that suitcase,
Oh, don't worry, Doc. I'll see that it gets to Bobby Joe's room.
you knew all along.
Oh, BJB don't stand for Janet Craig. Besides, you're a doctor.
And?
You wouldn't leave without your medical bag.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. Shall we?
And say, what I just said about being glad you're back, that still goes.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Your engagement was a success then, Billy Joe?
yes. But you know, it's funny. I'm always happy to be back home.
Naturally. Running around from town to town like that can upset a person's appetite.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
What in the world is that?
What's what?
That?
Oh, you mean this? Well, I think I finally found the real me.
No kidding. Again?
Do you know where women are making their greatest strides today? In science.
And you're going to be an astronomer.
Can you think of anything more thrilling? Exploring the universe, unlocking age-old secrets of the heavens, maybe even discovering a comet.
Well, it certainly sounds fascinating.
When is all this going to happen? Starting tonight. I'm going up to Mount Glenby. That is, if Jeff's free to go along with me.
Oh, is your boyfriend studying it too?
No.
Well, then what do you need him for?
Well, golly. What if I get all the way up there and I find out I don't like astronomy?
This afternoon, beginning at 5, don't miss the fun and laughs on Amen and Give Me a Break. Then, stick around for the action and adventure on Night Riders and the A-Team. Now, stay tuned for Green Acres, next, here on TV 39.